In this video, we will learn about grouping materials on basis of two parameters or two characteristics, that is texture and hardness. Both are different and they both refer to two different characteristics. First, we are taking texture. Now here we have two examples. One is a silk cloth. The other is a woolen cloth made up of wool. Both are made up of fiber, silk fiber and wool fiber. Now, which is soft to touch, which is hard, or which is smoother, which is kind of rough. So, all of you agree that silk is having a smooth structure, whereas wool has a rough surface. Yes. So, now we can also identify different objects based on the level of texture or level of smoothness when we touch them. So you can feel the roughness or smoothness of a material and identify it. So other example will be piece of sandpaper and a glaze paper. So when we touch the surface of both the paper, the sandpaper will be a rough surface containing paper, whereas glaze paper will be smoother. Now if we see the second characteristic, that is the hardness. Now we have taken again two examples. One is the sharpener. The other one is your eraser. Now both of them are solid. Now when you touch them, you might feel soft or hard based on the texture. Now if I take the sharpener, it can have glossy and smoothness, but the hardness level differs. Sharpener will have a much harder surface, hard as in you will not be able to compress it. If I put more pressure, the shape will not change. But an eraser, if I put more pressure, it gets compressed. So it is not so hard. Okay. So that is how we classify the hardness based on the compressibility. So you must have compressed many types of materials around you. For example, eraser, cotton, then we have sponge, etc. A sponge might look very big, but you will be able to hold it in your palm very easily. You can contain it in a very small container. So you find so many objects, and when you compress them, how does it feel? So some will get easily located or compressed into a small container, whereas other cannot. So you must have noticed that some of the materials like iron, wood are hard to compress and are not compressible, whereas some materials can be compressed. So these two materials cannot be compressed, that is iron and wood, whereas other materials can be compressed like eraser. So on the other side, if we have sponge and cotton, both of them are soft to touch and they can be compressed very easily. So they are termed as compressible materials. So now we can understand that materials which can be compressed are basically soft materials, and materials which cannot be compressed are termed as hard materials. I hope this topic is clear to you. Thank you.